What's up guys, not Super Mario here and welcome to today's video. Today I am making a Star Wars tier list or ranking of all the things that Star Wars has produced, movie wise and TV show wise. So yeah, that's the thing. Why am I doing that? Well, I've done a lot of tier lists in the past, like recently I did DC movies, Marvel movies, Best Picture winners. So I was like, you know what, Star Wars is a big universe that a lot of people love. I will say I'm a casual fan who think that Star Wars movies are one of the most important movies because they change the way we look at movies, the original ones, the prequels, the new ones. But I'm not a huge fan of it. I like kinda not a lot of them, but I still watch all of them. So this is a tier list that probably is gonna piss a lot of people out because they're not gonna agree with me for sure. But still, I'm gonna do it. So the first one we have is Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. This is the first Star Wars movie I was ever introduced to. I think this movie came out in 1999. I probably seen it like in 2002 to 2003 when it was on TV, which means I was like 8 years old, 7, 8 years old, and I loved it then. Because, I mean, who doesn't want to see lightsabers, pod racing, Force stuff, great characters? Darth Maul was amazing, Anakin Skywalker, Qui-Gon Jinn, I mean, Liam Neeson, Ewan McGregor, incredible cast. I didn't know about that stuff when I was 8 years old. But when I look back at it, because this was my first Star Wars movie that I was ever introduced to, I know that prequels are not loved by a lot of people. There are fans of it. I am a fan of it for what it was back then, but I can accept all the flaws because these movies are really flawed. But still, George Lucas with the prequels did a lot of new inventive stuff on CGI department because it was a lot of CGI in those movies. But the first one, Episode 1, I think it is, in my opinion, the best out of the prequels. Still has a lot of flaws. I love the music in it. Darth Maul is incredible. I love Liam Neeson, Ewan McGregor in it. I love the pod racing part. I remember the video game that I played a lot because of this freaking movie. But still, it is not the best movie out there. So I will say it goes into C because of all the flaws that it has. I still think it is the best out of the prequels, but it's not good anyway. So it goes in C. Let's move on with the first Star Wars movie ever made, Star Wars A New Hope. I think this movie has started something that nobody has imagined. Like, never. George Lucas did something that a lot of people were thinking, oh my gosh, what the actual heck are we doing? But at the end of the day, you have to give a lot of respect to George Lucas that he went out of the box, made something that probably 99% of the people at that time thought it's impossible and completely dumb. But this is a movie that everybody knows about. This is a franchise that pretty much everybody knows about, and you don't need to know a lot about movies. And for its time and for what it did as a legacy, as something, it's a classic. It is a classic. Does it hold up? For a lot of people, it does. When I look back at it, I think it came out in 1977 or something like that. You can correct me in the comments down below. I think it's an awesome movie, and once again, I think it is the best movie out of the originals. Yes, that's a thing that not a lot of people say. Empire Strikes Back. Most people say it is the best, but I love New Hope. It made me even a bigger fan of Star Wars, even though, like I said, I'm a casual fan. But I saw it like when I was 14, 15, something like that. And I really appreciate what it is and what it took in 1977 to make this movie, and that it changed, revolutionized the movie industry in general for the next decades, still 21st century. I think George Lucas is a genius, but yeah, this movie is an A in my opinion, so it goes over here. Next one, Empire Strikes Back. Like I said, original trilogy beloved by billions, and as a casual fan, I can appreciate it. It is really good, but because I think A New Hope is better. And one thing that I have to say, even though a lot of people will disagree with me, I don't think that these movies hold up as much as most people think. I can appreciate it for what it is, how it changed the movie industry, but it is a movie from 1970s or 1980s, and you can see that. But still, for its time, what it did is incredible. The story is incredible. But like I said, A New Hope is my favorite original from original trilogy, so Empire Strikes Back goes into B. Now let's move on to the first of the new trilogy, Star Wars The Force Awakens. This is, I think, now the second most earned movie ever made, or most money made movie. I don't know how to phrase it. I liked it. It is very rewatchable. I think J.J. Abrams did the right thing to bring back Star Wars in general, because it's been like, I don't know, 10 years from the last prequel. So he was under a lot of pressure. And I like that they bring old character back, they bring new characters to the front. But when I saw it the first time, I was really pleased with the movie, but I already knew that it has a lot of similarities from the originals, like a lot, kind of feels the same. And because of that, even though I understand the decision why J.J. Abrams and the screenwriters made it like that, to make it as familiar as possible, that the Star Wars are not going to be angry at them. And it made a lot of money, I think 2.7 or 6 billion dollars. So it was very, very successful. Probably the second most successful movie ever made, or the third, I don't know, somewhere around there. But because of that, you're gonna hate me for this, but I don't care. This goes in C, because it is so similar to the originals. I kind of felt that they went too safe with it, and I don't like when filmmakers, and I know there's a lot of, I know, big producers behind them, and people who make decisions that don't know how movies are made, but they give you money. So yeah, it's Hollywood, but because of that, it goes in C. You're gonna slay me for that I'm putting it right next to freaking Phantom Menace, but I will. Han Solo movie, or Solo Star Wars story, the second anthology movie in the Star Wars universe. A movie that I think nobody wanted really, because I think that Han Solo as a character is one of the best developed character in the Star Wars universe. He's pretty much in all the originals and in all the new ones. He wasn't in the prequels. But Disney and Lucasfilm decided that we need this movie. Alden Ehrenreich, or I think it's pronounced like that, didn't. He was put in a really bad position. I mean, Harrison Ford as Han Solo is one of the most beloved characters ever created. And to step into his shoes, it's pretty much mission impossible. So, as a movie, I did enjoy it much more than most people did. But again, it's a meh movie, very forgettable. You've got some moments. The cast was great. They did what they did. There was a lot of problems behind the scenes. Christopher Miller and Phil Lord first directed, then Ron Howard step in and correct all the stuff, because I don't know, Lucasfilm thought that what Lord and Miller are doing is not good, so Ron Howard had to change and reshot a lot of movie, and it lost a lot of money. Didn't make a lot of money, I think only $500 million, which for a Star Wars movie is not a lot. But yeah, it's a problematic movie. It's forgettable. It had a lot of problems. I did enjoy it much more than most people, but still, it's a forgettable one, so it goes into D. Next one on the list that I have to list is Star Wars Clone Wars, the animated versions of Star Wars. I will be honest, I've only seen, I think, the first season, and I'm not sure if I even went through it. So, because I haven't seen enough of it, I know a lot of people praise this show. They say it's amazing. The last season was on Disney Plus right now. But because I haven't seen it enough, I don't think it's fair to it for me to rank it. You can tell me in the comments down below where would you put it on this list, but for me it goes off the list, unfortunately, because I haven't seen it. Star Wars Rebels, another animated Star Wars, and yet again I haven't seen any of it. I just don't know why. I just missed a lot of animated Star Wars things, and I never decided to start watching it. But once again, the same thing goes for Star Wars Rebels. It's not fair for the show for me to rate it if I haven't seen a single thing or not enough. So off the screen. Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. Yes, this movie is garbage. This movie is one of the most problematic movies probably ever made. It is, everything about it is just wrong. I don't believe in Anakin and Padme's relationship. You've got Jar Jar Binks roaming around, even though he does that already in the first one. But you kind of, when you're a young kid, you're like, oh, he's just a dumb, stupid character, and everybody likes him. But when you grow up, you actually see how the hell dumb he is. And in the second episode, it gets even dumber. Not just Jar Jar Binks, but everything about Star Wars. This probably, I don't really remember, it came out in 2001, 2000, tell me in the comments down below. It almost killed the franchise in general, because even though a lot of people do like prequels, but this is a garbage that should go in a bin. I don't want to rewatch it. I've seen it too many times, and I've probably seen it only twice. It's bad. It goes in F. It deserves the worst thing. But if you love it, do share your opinion why you love it. Now we have the last episode in the prequels, episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. Better than the Attack of Clones, worse than Phantom Menace in my opinion. I don't know actually where to put it. It's been a while since I've seen the prequels. And to be completely honest, I do remember the last part when Anakin is fighting Obi-Wan. I like that part. It was emotional. Yeah, CGI is, but I mean, it's 2000, so I can forgive it. But yeah, I think it goes right next to Solo. It's not good. The whole relationship again with Anakin and Padme, you just don't believe it. He's going bad, and what he does to the kid, I mean, it's weird, and yeah, no. It goes, no, you know what? It goes in E. I'm sorry, it goes even lower. It's not a good movie. Return of the Jedi, the third in the original trilogy. A nice conclusion to the story. I really like how Luke, what Luke goes through and the way it is portrayed. I really like that story. Everything is very well concluded. I like the conclusion, the way they put 3 movies together as a cohesive thing, which the new trilogy lacks a lot. And it goes, I think it goes next to Empire Strikes Back. I wouldn't really compare them or say that one is better than the other. I think maybe for a slight bit Empire Strikes Back is better than Return of the Jedi, but I wouldn't say it is worse than it, so I wouldn't put it in C. It goes in B. I like it a lot. I've seen originals quite a bit, so it goes there. Star Wars Resistance. When I was doing some research for this, what beside all the movies that I've seen came out, I stumbled upon Star Wars Resistance. I don't really know what that is, actually. Never heard of it, never seen it. So for that reason, it goes in the same bracket that Star Wars Rebels and Clone Wars off the screen. Mandalorian, the first live action TV series, TV show in Star Wars universe. I liked it a lot. I honestly did like it a lot. I know a lot of people slayed me in the comments for my knowledge of not knowing what Darksaber is. Still don't know it. I think it was in Clone Wars or Rebels. I don't know. I don't honestly don't care. But I really like the show. I like how they combine the old Star Wars, the original ones, with some modern stuff. I love the samurai western feel. Yes, there were some episodes that kind of dragged too much for me, but I know that that was the intention. But as a cohesive story of 7 episodes, I think that second season needs more connectivity between the episodes, because I felt like that some of the episodes were very situational. So this situation happens, it's an awesome episode, but it doesn't really add anything to the whole story. But as a whole, I really like this show. I cannot wait for second season. I will probably get to know what Darksaber is in the second season. And you know what? It goes in A. I really like the cast. It is really well performed, incredibly shot by everyone, and I liked it a lot. So, you know what? It goes in A. It goes in A. I think it's very, very good. Star Wars The Last Jedi, the second in the new trilogy, the one that everybody was. This one is the most split movie in Star Wars universe ever. I love this movie. I love it. I know a lot of people hate it because it doesn't feel as a Star Wars movie, and that's the reason why I love it, because it doesn't feel as a Star Wars movie. It goes the same with any other universe. It's like I love Harry Potter. Harry Potter is my life. I've seen it 50 times every single freaking movie. But which one, and most people like the most? The third one, because it changed the way Harry Potter movies are. I love all of them, but because it felt different, I loved it for that. It goes the same in Marvel Universe. I love Marvel Universe. But why Guardians of the Galaxy is so good, the first one? Because it felt like we are seeing something new and different. And from that point on, especially phase 3, they were trying to do other stuff and different genres. Like Ant-Man is like a rom-com heist movie. You've got Guardians of the Galaxy, which is like crazy spectacle in space. You've got Black Panther, which is more political drama with family issues. And it goes the same with Star Wars The Last Jedi. It felt like I'm watching something that it doesn't belong in Star Wars, but still has the things and stuffs that made Star Wars Star Wars. Yes, there is this one sequence on that Kanto Island or whatever that casino island is. That part you can throw out, and the whole love interest between Finn and Kelly Marie Tran character was so far-fetched that I was like, what the heck we are doing here? But in the new trilogy, I love this movie the most, and for that reason, it goes in B. It has a lot of problems, this movie, yes, I will agree with that, but I think Rian Johnson did something that nobody expected, and a lot of people hated it, and a lot of people, I think, loved it, and I'm one of those who loves this movie a lot, and I think it is the best movie in the new franchise. Period. And now we go to the last movie in the franchise, or the last Skywalker movie, or at least they say so. Who knows, maybe in 2 years they were like, oh, we need more Skywalkers. Anyway, Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker is garbage. This movie is a shambles from beginning till the end. This is the only movie that I hate. I don't hate Attack of the Clones, even though I should have, because it's a bad movie. I hate The Rise of Skywalker. I think it is, I'm not gonna say it is disgraceful, but it is cringy. It doesn't follow the second one at all. This new franchise should just be the first one and the third one. The second one is like, that never happened. Everything, I would call this Star Wars The Rise of Randomness, because all of the things that happen in this movie are so random, no purpose. It's just fan service that doesn't make sense. Why is Lando Calrissian back? Why? Because we need Billy D. That's the only thing. Why are we introducing so many new characters? It is the conclusion of Skywalker era. No, we make one more love interest for Poe. We found out this young woman on that island with horses. She's a new character that is somehow connected to Lando. I mean, maybe they're doing a Disney Plus character. I don't care. This movie is so bad I mean, the whole thing at the end, the kissing and bringing back Palpatine, giving Rey a Palpatine connection just because they need a connection to some Force thingy from before. I think it's done. The way they did it in The Last Jedi, I thought it was so perfect that everybody can be Force sensitive. It made me and everybody who is not Force sensitive feel special because it showed a message like everybody can be somebody, even if you're absolutely nobody. And that's what I loved in The Last Jedi. And they ruined it. This movie is a garbage. It goes in F. I hate it. I hate it. If there was a G, I would put it there. I won't put it off screen because I've seen it. But yeah, it goes next to Attack of the Clones, even though I think Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker is even worse. And the last movie in Star Wars universe is Rogue One. And this is gonna be a very unpopular opinion, but this is my favorite Star Wars movie ever. It is an anthology movie, the Rogue One, Star Wars story, whatever it is called. I like it from the beginning till the end. I love the story. I love the way this movie, it feels for the first time that the worst part of the title, Worst Star Wars, kind of finally makes sense because war is happening, not just some X-Wings shooting each other. It finally something is happening in that way. I love this movie. I think it is the best Star Wars movie ever made. I know you're not gonna agree with me. So for that reason, it's gonna be the only movie that is gonna go into S tier because it deserves it. It has the best sequence ever made. Darth Vader, crazy. I love it. I love the way it ended. I love it. I know this movie was heavily reshot. I don't care. It made the movie maybe better. I don't know. Star Wars, Rogue One, a Rogue story or a Star Wars story, however you call it, it is the best Star Wars movie ever made. So yeah, that's gonna be it for Star Wars ranking or tier list, however you wanna call it. If you have different opinion, leave it down in the comments down below because I'm sure you have. This is probably the most unpopular ranking of Star Wars movies ever made. So you're probably not gonna agree with me. But let's be civil and share your opinion in the comments down below. Don't attack everybody and me for no reason. If you're heated what I said, I can accept that, but don't be mean for no reason, or maybe you will be. Anyways, it's not really something that I care about. So if you're gonna be mean, you're gonna be mean. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, leave a like, hit that subscribe button, share this video all over the place, click that bell icon to get notified when I upload, and I see you next time.